Greetings, my friends. Recently, my channel passed 360 subscribers, and as we all know, that number's pretty significant in the gaming world. When gamers hear 360, one beloved console will always spring to our minds. You see, 360 degrees is one revolution, and as we all know, this was the code name for the Nintendo Wii. The Nintendo Wii was in the 7th generation of consoles, and you know what else was in the 7th generation of consoles? That's right, the PlayStation 3. And the PlayStation 3 cost $600 at launch, which was too high for gamers. But you know what number is less than 600? That's right, 360, as in the Xbox 360, which is what we want to look at today. I think we all remember where we were on that fateful day when the Xbox 360 was unveiled. I know I do.
Okay, class, what letter is this?
So let's look back and celebrate the Xbox 360, its launch, and as a bonus, the game that defined the Xbox 360 generation.
Welcome to the Avalon in Hollywood, California. I'm Elijah Wood, and MTV is here to bring you an exclusive look at the new Xbox, a console that's about to change digital entertainment forever. Tonight we will learn tricks from pro gamers as they take a look inside the studios of Rare in London. Also tonight, Sway will take us to the Xbox Design Lab in Seattle and visit with the Pimp My Ride guys to get their take on the Xbox. But tonight, the next Xbox isn't the only thing that looks cool, as we have a special performance from the Killers like you've never seen before. First, let's kick it down to MTV2's Jim Shearer for a look at the phenomenon that is the digital revolution.
Thank you, Elijah. Big moment.
Fact, gaming isn't just a hobby, it is a lifestyle. And Donkey Kong is a full-on $5.5 billion business. With the new millennium came the next level of gaming as Xbox was introduced and changed the world of video games in 2001. Fast forward to today, where nearly half the globe is playing video games, and all over the world, people are plugging into gaming online. Now we are about to hit another quantum leap in the gaming timeline as the new Xbox becomes a reality.
You guys know how big gaming is, and now the time has come. You've waited long enough. I give you the future of gaming.
Aw, women.
This is the lab of Xbox 360. These are the masterminds, Matt Day and Jonathan Hayes. Okay, fellas, you guys started from this design, the Xbox One, and had to get it to the Xbox 360. What's going on, man? All right, okay, so, you know, when you're a gamer, you always have problems, maybe your girlfriend or your mom. You tell me, what is this all about, the live marketplace? What is that?
In the real world, the internet's given us things like eBay and Amazon where you can go buy real stuff. The live marketplace is that same concept, but for virtual stuff. So you want to go style your character with Mark Echo t-shirt? Boom, live marketplace. Go and style your character.
All right, what about downloads, Jay? I mean, talk to me about that.
Game downloads. You want to know about game downloads? I'll tell you about game downloads. One of the biggest things about the Xbox 360 experience was the Xbox Live Arcade. You had some great games on this. This is where I first played Minecraft. This is where I first played Mega Man 9 and 10. This is where I first played Feeding Frenzy. But the biggest game of all for the Xbox 360 was, of course, this game. Words can't describe how much this game means to me. I mean, for starters, you get to use your Xbox 360 avatar, which means I'm in the game. And as we all know, I make everything better. Just ask anyone, they'll tell you.
The following is a paid testimonial.
Yeah, I mean, he's alright.
The lore of this game goes so hard too. You see, the etymology of Dorito comes from around 2000 BC in ancient Maya near southeast Mexico. It's comprised of the words Rito, which means to the gods, and Dor, which means door. Thus it can be roughly translated to doorway to the gods. The lowercase g god Frito-Lay was a champion of mankind, a trait not commonly shared amongst the pantheon. Noticing humanity's dire need for a delicious, cheesy snack to aid them in their development of civilization, in the dark of night, Frito-Lay secretly stole the power of Doritos from the gods and gave it to humanity as a gift. When the Pantheon had awoke and discovered what had happened, they were furious. They cast a terrible curse upon Frito-Lay. He was banished to the earth and bound to a giant rock. He was provided only enough Doritos to keep him alive, but an eagle was positioned beside the rock. When the corn chip god would eat the Doritos, the cheese dust would get stuck to his fingers because he couldn't wash them because he's tied to the aforementioned big rock. So the eagle would uncomfortably peck at his hands, causing mild discomfort but no permanent damage. And thus was the curse of the gods. Every day the chip bag would refill, and every day the eagle would peck at his fingers, forever. Or at least for a couple of days before everyone got bored. Frito-Lay begged for humanity to be allowed to keep the tasty chips. He argued, he pleaded that they were worthy. Knowing the Pantheon's weakness, he challenged the gods to a contest, knowing they would never back down from such an occasion. He requested the gods create a labyrinth, and by labyrinth I mean a 2D obstacle course with treadmills, fans, springs, and balloons. Once finished, a human champion would be selected to complete it. If he made it out alive, the Doritos would stay with humanity, and if he failed, the source of all gamer power would be taken from them and brought back into the heavens. But the Pantheon was busy that day, so they tasked Wanako Games Chili Limited to build it for them. The game itself is just awesome. It's basically just Wipeout, but in Doritos video game form. And most importantly, it's 100% free. There is some DLC, but due to inflation, it costs less than a bag of actual Doritos. Now is the time to invest in this, gamers.
The previous statement did not constitute financial advice.
The game takes you on the classic boy band definition of a world tour. You go to the USA, Europe, Japan, London, and even Las Vegas. I like the idea that in Chile they think London and Las Vegas are powerful nations alongside the USA and the continent of Europe. This is very good geography. The gameplay itself is simple. Run to the right, avoid all the obstacles, and get under a certain time to win a gold medal. If you have Xbox Live, you can compete with your friends for the lowest time, but I don't have Xbox Live or friends, so I don't know if this still works. You can't hold the sprint button forever or your character will fall under the sheer weight of your sonic speeds, so timing all your button presses is crucial. The trick to speedrunning this is to master the slide jump technique. Jumping out of a slide will propel you forward at a higher velocity than just holding sprint, so the trick is timing when to spam this maneuver. And getting it just right is harder than it looks. Speedruns for this game are absolutely insane. The only thing holding it back as a great game to speedrun is whenever you restart it does this stupid animation every single time and it takes like 5 seconds. If you try to master the level, you have to watch it over and over and over again. I had to have kicked like 100 soccer balls while trying to escape London. And some of these levels are actually hard too. I mean, the London and Japan stages, these are like Doritos The Lost levels. So what kinds of things do you have to deal with here? Well, what's great about Doritos is that the obstacles it chooses are very clever. Like for example, you got the classic, the treadmill, and this takes you by surprise because you wouldn't expect these two things to go together in real life, but in fiction, anything is possible. You got balloons, which are associated with birthdays and therefore the passage of time, and it's kind of chilling when you consider, like even if you don't die to the balloons this time, one of these years, these balloons will be your last. You can't run forever. And hey, remember I said that earlier about the core mechanic of sprinting? It also reminds us sometimes you just gotta learn the ropes like you do in this game with these ropes. It reminds us to keep going when the world is crumbling down around us, and most importantly, it teaches us to try not to get shot. Like life, Doritos Crash Course has its difficulty bumps and can be trying at times, but the thrill of success and becoming better as you try and try again after being knocked down is so rewarding. And once you accomplish a goal you've been working on for so long because they won't stop throwing soccer balls at you, you get to watch this personification of you absolutely break it down in celebration. And it just makes you want to jump off your couch and say, I can do this. I'm on a crash course not just with Doritos, but with destiny. So go ahead and try this game. Train yourself for the struggles of life. And while you're doing that, you'll be experiencing the best the Xbox 360 has to offer. I mean, just look at this. I mean, it's hard not to weep at its magnificence. It's stupid crap like Doritos that I found on the Xbox Live Arcade as a kid that made me love this console. It's sad these types of dumb games aren't as much of a thing anymore. Quality indie games in the iPhone have completely replaced the Doritos genre, which is a tragedy. But I guess that's why this generation was so special and stands out. Yup, it's all because of Doritos Crash Course. And some other games, I guess. And all of that, dear gamers, is why I will always remember and value my Xbox 360. Stay hydrated. And now back to you, Elijah Wood.
I think we can all agree on one thing tonight. Xbox 360 is gonna be amazing. And I look forward to meeting with all of you in the Xbox 360 universe. I'm Elijah Wood, thanks for coming. We leave you with the Killers.